Are you starting to smell the daily bread and starting to observe the day to the night and step out your door and look at the leaves waving on the trees and the sunrise and the sunset? I hope it is starting to make you note day and night and look at the verbiage in the Bible that says this all the time as we unpack this series further. So today we're in Nehemiah 9. When is the last time you read that chapter? It's a really good one. So the children of God had messed up again, as they often did, and you could say they were sitting in the longevity of nighttime in the darkness, and they were confessing what they had done wrong. But some of the men started speaking out loud, and this is basically what they told the people. Lots of reminders about this day and night thing, and even daily bread. He reminds them of the Creator and his handiwork of stars across the night sky. He reminds them of the parting of the Red Sea and that pillar of fire and cloud by night that led them all day and night to give them light on the way they were to take. He reminds them of the bread that fell from heaven when they were hungry. He reminds them how they rebelled and became arrogant and worshipped other gods. If you'll note here, he's reminding them of the days and the nights of their existence and of God's faithfulness in both. He reminds them of the pillar of fire and the clouds that never failed to guide them again. He reminds them of the provision in the wilderness when they lacked nothing. He reminds them of their children and the lands and the olive trees and the fruit trees and how they have reveled in God's goodness. Then he reminds them again of how they rebelled and suffered defeat. Another round of days and nights, the longevity of the cycles of darkness giving way to light. And I love verse 28. It says, in God's compassion, he delivered them every time. He reminds the people of the gracious and the merciful God that they serve in the middle of their days and nights of wandering away and then back to him by recalling his faithfulness from day to night, from provision and clarity to darkness and fear. Days and nights. We can all say often that we can't believe it's Monday already. We say that often after a week of 7 days and nights. How could it already be Monday? The days, the weeks, the months, the years, they drag on and yet they fly by. Night and day we have periods of prosperity and growth where we see and acknowledge and follow the God we love in the light of day. Then we have darkness fall like it does, and we turn away in fear and mistrust of the God we love, observing the darkness and forgetting about the day. But it's worth noting in this story that these reminders to all of us need to be reminders told to all of our children, to ourselves, and to anyone who will listen of the faithfulness of God in the days and the nights. What if we spent 1 day a week looking over the previous 7 days and nights, literally and spiritually, and took note of his presence, that cloud and that fire of when we observed it and followed it and when we grew arrogant and then sat in darkness? We too would end that time of consideration noting the gracious, compassionate, loving, and merciful God we serve, who never leaves us day and night, who escorts us out of darkness into the light of day, and serves us our daily bread so that we lack nothing. That practice might change our lives, and I'm going to try it myself.